Evening all, and welcome back to Kerbalism. Now we are starting off with the launch of our space plane again, but this isn't because I'm trying to refuel the thing up again. This is actually a modified one that's carrying some tourists. I found a contract where I want to take 4 tourists, or they want me to take 4 tourists, on a suborbital flight of Kerbin, orbit of Minmus, land on Minmus, orbit of the moon, land on the moon, and then return back to Kerbin. It's a lot. But completing each task gives us about 300,000 credits, and being 4 Kerbals, that's a decent amount of money. But then completing each task for each Kerbal gives us about 250,000 credits 4 times. So each Kerbal is going to give us 250, about 1 million credits. And then the contract's going to give us 300,000 credits. So that's 1,000,003 times 4. So I'm doing this contract. This plane doesn't technically have the fuel to do it. We're going to go to Minmus first. We're going to land on Minmus. Yeah, we can do everything to land on Minmus with this one here. And whilst we're on our way to Minmus, we're going to launch a refueling craft, which is going to go and meet the space plane. Probably at the moon. We've got probably about 2,000 delta V to meters a second left after getting into orbit. A very graceful orbit, and it wasn't a very graceful orbit at all. It was terrible and up and down and round all over the place. But yeah. Anyway, I am here in orbit. Sort of. We're actually on a suborbital one at the moment, but that's fine because that will complete the contract here. See, we've got some suborbital ones there. Some people want different things: land on the moon, land on the Minmus, fly by Minmus, that sort of thing. So we just got to go and do all of it. And but I've managed to get myself an encounter with Minmus there, using 880 meters a second of delta V. That's fine. So we've got 2,313 here. So it's all good. And I know this thing can land. We have in the back here a larger fuel tank, which I've which I've actually set as a higher priority, so the fuel will drain to the back there. We've got our boosters going along there. I don't know where the other boosters went. They're all over the place. But yeah, so we're good. We're good for this. Hopefully. I did remember shielding. That's fine. Got everything here. We've got everything we need, and everything is going to be awesome. As I said, we'll launch up another craft, and I think I'm going to go and land on Minmus first and see what sort of delta V I've got when I get back into orbit. And I think we'll send a refueling craft to the moon, because this thing is going to need like full fuel to land and then take off from the moon again. So yeah. Oh, and I've missed my burn time, but that's fine. I've got the Poodle because it's the only engine that allows me to have many ignitions. So we're good. And I brought an engineer with me just in case. Just in case something goes wrong. Kerbal there can go and repair something, fix an engine, do something wrong with it. The engine's got 23 minutes of burn time. I'm hoping that's enough to do all this. But if something goes wrong, obviously we have Kerbal to do as well. When I send the fuel craft up, I think I'm going to have a redundant engine on that as well. So if things go terribly wrong, we can always swap the engine out. But that's the plan. And as I said, if we complete all this here, it's going to be 1,000,003 for each one. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 5.2 million, which will pretty much sort us out for our Duna trip. Speaking of which, I'm thinking of getting another mod called Duna Direct. Yeah, Duna Direct, which gives you vessels, gives you a launch vessel. It's sort of in the same vein as the Martian. Gives you an ascent vehicle, but it looks very good, and I like it, and I think that's what I'm going to go for. And we're going to have, I was going to say a refueling station, but Kerbalism's refueling system is long-winded, to say the least, and requires so much energy. It's unbelievable. And I don't have any nuclear reactors installed. I don't know if Kerbalism has one by default. It may do, but I don't have any installed. The near future reactor pack is compatible with Kerbalism apparently, but has it's a bit weird. So I'm not so sure about that. I don't know. If anyone knows of any nuclear reactor mods that work with Kerbalism, fine. Then I'll take them. I didn't want to install the near future one because also it has lots and lots of dependencies. I know USI has issues, doesn't it? Because it's another life support mod. So if anyone knows of any nuclear reactors that can do that, so that I can then perhaps just send out a nuclear reactor and go, hey, mine all the stuff and convert it using nukes, because doing it with solar energy, you need like a planet full of solar arrays to do it. So yeah. But anyway, we are on our way. I'm just trying to fill up some time waiting for this to burn off. I could have accelerated time to do this, but I didn't. Focus our view over here. And see if we can't get quite close to Minmus. We're going to be coming down over the pole. It's fine. It doesn't matter where we land, so long as we land. Slow that down. And land on Minmus is pretty easy. You can almost do it with an EVA pack. So, not that tourists can get out an EVA, but just going to put prograde, I think, and let it do its thing. Oh, missed it. Wow. Okay. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We do have some RCS, so I can use that to slow us back down again. Here we are. And if I try and not really very effective. There we go. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. That's the closest we're going to get to it. So, okay. So they are on their way. Solar panels pointing at the sun. Everything is awesome. Let's speed up time and head over to Minmus. Okay, so something I was really not prepared for is happening. Apparently Moon Flyby 2 is going to get a coronal mass ejection. Where is Moon Flyby 2? It's in orbit of the sun. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, bet. Okay, so we're going to get a solar flare hitting that, but not hitting us. That's okay. I do not know whether this would be able to survive that. I mean, the best way to survive it, as has been pointed out to me many, many times, is to basically point the crew away from the sun. So we do that and really hope that the plane would survive it. The radiation gets absorbed by all these bits and pieces here. The only drawback is that the craft is shaped in a way that the radiation can creep up it quite easily, so I don't know. But apparently it's not going to affect us, so it's not so bad. I'm just going to rotate around to get the solar panels charging again. We're doing pretty well for power anyway. We do have a monoprop fuel cell as well. So not so bad. And we're nowhere near the craft, but let's accelerate time again. Coronal mass hit. Oh, wow. That was not English. Is there a log? Oh, there is. You log. Coronal mass ejection hit bold, italic, storm. Oh, okay. That's supposed to have the craft name in there, I suppose. Broken. Yep, okay. Wonder what that is. The slash B is missing. There you go. You're missing the slash B. And also it's just got a dot. Okay. Okay. I do know that Sir Mortimer watches some of these videos. I don't know if he watches all of them, but if you see that, broken. The slash B to close off the bold statement is missing. Alright. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's been a problem with the solar panel on the orbital science probe. We're able to fix it remotely. Awesome. Good job, Kerbals. Good job. Something I should probably do as well is turn on the crew report from here. Even though I'm sure I've got all of them. Duna scanner. Duna scanner? Oh, that was the early craft that we were sending up to Duna, and it missed and failed tremendously, didn't it? Probe. That one, isn't it? No, ion probe. Orbital science probe. Moho. There's a Duna scanner, but it never made it, did it? We run out of fuel for it, so. Okay. Don't worry about that one either. Cool. Right. Zoom, 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 zoom. Fast forward to there, please. Open B, close B. Yeah, I think the it's over 9,000. Awesome. So they got data from the solar storm. Cool. Awesome. Okay, I should have probably got this craft facing better. We should have probably done a maneuver to actually get closer to the Minmus. Because this I don't think is ideal. We will eventually flip over to Minmus' sphere of influence. There we go. Dum 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 dum. Let's flip over and try and get some more sunlight on the solar panels. Doesn't matter because we've got, yeah, and yeah. So we're falling down. I don't know what my camera. There we go. Right. So we are falling down, and we need to not fall down anywhere near as far as we are. Oh, too much. Too much. Go back around. There we go. We should start our burn in 2 hours, apparently, and then burn for 25 seconds. Okay, so go. Okay, Minmus's gravity is, I was going to say non-existent, but it's there. It's just really, really, really weak, which is awesome because that really helps us. 200 meters there. What do we need to land? Let me consult my trusty. So from low orbit to the surface, you need 180, and then you'd need the same to go back up again. So yeah, so we need to have say 400 spare. We're going to use 265. We're going to have 1,000 spare, so we're good. Yeah. We're better than prepared for this. Yeah. Let's fire up now. Doesn't have to be precise, just so long as we get into orbit and I can land somewhere. I mean, I could technically land from here. We could just bring this straight down and come in, land there. That'd be fine. So let's do that. And I'll show you how I do it. So we'll bring this down, slow that down so it's not as, and basically you just want to get it onto the surface. I don't know where it's going to be because it rotates around until we get there, and it is 4 hours away before we get there. So let's just bring it down to say the equator, which is there. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. And the way I'd figure out where to land would be I'd go somewhere near the surface. So say there. Add a maneuver and slow it down. There we go. Oh, gone past it. Right. Basically, slow it down until the apoapse is pretty much at the marker. So that means that at that height, I don't know exactly what height that is, But at that point, we will pretty much be stationary. We'll stop the ship entirely. You can just, I don't know if YouTube makes it out, but you can just see the lines there. Drag that out a bit more. There you go. So that would stop us directly there. Needs 225 meters a second. We've got plenty of that for it. And needs 36-second burn time. Now, I do also have like the suicide burn and things like that, so I have that there. But if you don't have any of the mods there, you can do that in the default Kerbalism. You can do that and go, well, I'll put a maneuver really close to the planet I'm on, figure out what it needs to stop there, and that's what I need to do. And not only that, it gives you the burn time, so you know when you need to start burning. Because there's nothing worse than figuring out and going, oh, I've got a delta V to land, and then you're 10 seconds late on your burn, and run into the planet doing 20 meters a second, which is pretty quick. 20 meters a second is pretty quick. So yeah. Okay, so we can just walk around to here then. Oh, that's something else as well that I completely forgot about. Is going to be quite useful. We also have a contract I picked up to rescue a Kerbal in orbit. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll land. Quite good, I picked that spot there. We'll land first. We'll figure out where he is. There is shipwreck, and then we'll pick him up. So that'd be nice and up for him. Let's put the landing thing up. Suicide burn is apparently in 3 minutes, and is 3 minutes 30 seconds, and my burn time here says 3 minutes 30 seconds. So you see, I got that pretty much right. It's very close to it. You can go higher if you want to be safer, and then sort of eyeball it as you go. So yeah, but that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Just point retrograde and yeah. Let's put our landing gear down. Where are we going to land? We're going to land on a slope. I kind of don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go surface mode and point radial out, which means the engine will be firing directly towards Minmus. And what that'll do when I fire the engine is push this up here where it's flatter. There's the landing marker. And if we push it up there, then there we go. That's flatter, because that's we don't really want to land on rough terrain if we can help it. We've got wheels. Wheels aren't really useful on Minmus, if I'm honest with you, because well, Minmus has so low gravity and no atmosphere, they're completely pointless. So we're going to pretty much land on the engine belts and just roll forward and down on here. We could come to a stop and just rotate the craft so it just lands. But yeah, right, so 3 minutes to our suicide burn time. I'm normally not brave enough to actually wait till the last moment for these, which is a bit wasting of fuel, I know, but I want to switch that to orbital as well, don't I? Do I? Don't know. Yeah, so I'll normally, like now, 15 seconds or so is where I'll fire the engine. And I also try and kill my horizontal speed quicker. So although I was pointing retrograde to start with, I've now just held it. So this will start going up, which means we'll actually stop going that way and start going down, which is what we want. You want to go down. If you can land directly down, there's our marker coming back towards us. That's fine. There we go, 10 meters a second. Put yourselves into surface mode, because that's now we're close enough to the surface to want to make sure we land the correct way. And now we've got a 7-second burn time and 50 seconds to do it. It's awesome. Shouldn't be time warping. Here we go, and fire. Slow that right down, shall we? Again, not landing properly, not doing exactly what it should be. You can kind of trust this. I'd rather play safe. One thing I realise I haven't done is change the tail on this. So when we re-enter to Kerbin, we're going to have to make sure we don't do any problems with that. Oh, we're now going up again. That was a mistake. Down nice and gently. Now we'll just rotate the craft forward. Come on. There we go. And boing. Bit of bouncing. Turn the SAS off. Turn the brakes on so we don't roll anywhere. And there we go. We have done by Minmus, land by Minmus, orbit around Minmus. Awesome. Now orbit around the moon you want to do. You are complete. You want to land on the moon. And you want to orbit the moon. So we just have to do a touchdown on the moon. You can technically just touch down, get the tick, fly away. So that's a thing. We might do that. So what we want to do is we want to wait for Mildew Shipwreck to come round to probably like here somewhere. And then we want to take off and travel 90 degrees. Where's the sun? The sun's there. It doesn't actually help us. Where's Kerbin as well? Kerbin's there. There's the sun. We want to travel that way. We want to have Kerbin behind us, don't we? I'm no good at remembering which way is. I know obviously 0 is up, but then I'm really bad at knowing whether that's 90 and that's 270, or whether that's 90 and that's 270. So my brain just goes, there's the sun, there's Kerbin. So, and Kerbin is to the right of the sun, and we want to be travelling left. So therefore, if we put the Kerbin behind us, because when you're on the surface, it moves things round, then we'll be fine. This has no steering. Oh, oops. Well, it's a good job we can slip and slide. There we go. Also, another thing I could have done there, which I completely forgot about. The shipwreck is this way of us, the way we want to go. And you can just look at where the target marker is. So, I want to be travelling 90. That's what we want to do. We can literally just boom, do that. No, I won't do that. That will take the engine off. So, but we can do that and then take off. But we'll be okay for lifting off. Okay, right. So let us wait until Mildew Shipwreck gets round to here. Mildew? Sorry, what's your name? Mini Dews. Mildew. What a weird. No, that's wrong. We'll wait till it gets here and then take off. Okay, and it's on approach. I might take off a little bit early because we do need to do a bit of a inclination change. Not a great deal, but we do need to do a little bit of one. And it's much easier when you're dealing with trying to get a low orbit. This is a very low orbit. It's much easier to be in front of the craft because you can make your orbit larger than it is to be behind it, and then you've got to go lower and worry about capping mountains and things. So let's do that. Let us turn off the brakes. And I'm going to use SAS and the engine up, and I'm going to very gently pull down the gear back in. We don't need that now. Just point ourselves up very, very gently. Oh, and stop because I got that completely wrong. Because I was pushing the wrong button. I was rotating the craft rather than pressing that button, which is what I wanted to do. Let's go over here. Go to 135, shall we? We're up again. Okay. But what I want to do is get my apoapsis roughly in line with there. Just so I know I'm at the highest height and it's the safest point. Then I want to bring my level up like so. And increase my orbit. We are going to be way in front of this craft. Okay, so we're going to have to do a 12 meter a second maneuver. Which I might actually just do with the RCS, actually, because it will save another ignition. I did use a few ignitions there because my reaction is to cut the engine out, and that's a really bad thing to do. Rotate around, get the solar panels working. Yep. Right, go. We're not in orbit yet, are we? No. Yeah, I think the RCS can do 12 meters a second. That should be fine. There's our target. Point at the marker, turn the RCS on, and fire. Gonna use time warp. Just because I can, really. Speed this up here. Oh, remember to not click outside the window. If you click outside the window, your RCS stops working. Okay, that put us in orbit. It certainly did. Awesome. Let's put us, point ourselves prograde, and let's see. We bring ourselves down there. Oh, we can get an encounter. Awesome. That's exactly what. One orbit later, we'll get ourselves a bit of an encounter. Using the scroll wheel to go through there. Oh, scroll was a little bit finicky, but yeah, there we go. So we got a 300 meter encounter there. So awesome, and I think we're going to use the RCS for that again because why not? So walk around to the next maneuver, which is a hold orbit away. Can't walk very fast, very low orbit. Round and round and round we go. Moonlander 1 rover batteries are almost empty. Well, do you know what? That's absolutely fine. It does not matter one little bit. Oh, we're nowhere near the mark we need to do, so let's just point ourselves the correct direction. Not that you actually need to with a RCS, you can maneuver which way you want to. Okay. Go, go, go. do love watching the planet fall away underneath us. And there's no more electrical charge. That's fine. Okay, time warp is complete. We're apparently down there. Okay, so let's it's not quite prograde. Right, so turn the RCS on and hold H. Turn off landing, turn on rendezvous. Not the rendezvous actually gives me my closest approach, which is a little disappointing. Unless I'm missing something here. Relative direction. Relative sending node, ascending node. Distance. Time till transfer. Ooh. It doesn't actually give me my closest approach, which maybe it does. Maybe it does. Let's have a look here, shall we? Let's go rendezvous, edit. Is there a closest approach option in here? Maneuver node, time to move the node, no, I don't see one. Category orbital. No, I want rendezvous. Relative velocity, angular. Time to approach. There it is. Boom. There you go. Awesome. We've got time to approach. Haven't got distance. Oh, separation at approach. Install. There we go. Awesome. And if I go with miscellaneous and add a separator, then go down here. I don't know if anyone's ever mucked about with changing these here, but you can edit any of these here by just pushing that button and changing them there. Put in the separator. Close that. There we go. You can also edit them by pressing the button there. I completely forgot about that. Oh, but that only turns up when you... No, there's the edit button there. Okay, so we'll be 7,000 meters away in 10 minutes, which makes sense because that's the first one. It's the second one we were trying to look at, wasn't it? Let's see if we can get any closer. No, we can't. Am I getting this wrong? Slowing down? Turn RCS on, that would help. There we go. I need to slow down. That's where I'm going wrong. That's obviously showing us our first encounter up here. There we go. We want the second one. So let's walk round to our periapsis. And I'm using the RCS so I don't waste any more fuel. We've only got 600 meters left. To get from low orbit of here to low orbit of the moon is 540, so we're going to be struggling a little bit. What's our 5,002? There's no mountains there? No, there isn't. Thank God for that. Okay, so don't need that anymore because I'm using the map. You done? You're done. Right, okay. So turn off the RCS. Warp around to here. Once ourselves retrograde. We are much closer to Minmus now, so we can't actually warp very high. There are ways to land planes on Minmus. You can actually use like little thrusters on the front. You can come in and just literally use the engines in front of your craft to slow you down. So I have tried that in the past. I wasn't very good at it, if I'm honest with you. Okay, so we're getting all the wonderful He doesn't have any power. He does have power. He doesn't have any food. He does have food. Doesn't have any water. Does have water. The standard Kerbalism things. And we are going to... Let's slow ourselves down relative to him. Got to kill 6 meters a second. Could easily do that in the EVA suit. Oh, hello. What did he... Oh yeah, because our orbit has risen up now, so it thinks we're back in orbit. We're not landing. Be why the camera changed. I really hope there are no tall mountains here, because this would be quite painful if there were. How much more propellant do we have? None. Oh. Okay. Right. That answers that question. Let's switch over to this one. And please have a hatch to escape. Yes, you do. Thank you. Let's EVA. You're a scientist. Awesome. And let's find the craft, which should be there. Let go and go. Oh no, let go. Go. Zoom. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my camera here. It seems to be on chase mode for some reason, which is okay. Basically, it's keeping the shuttle in my view. Which is quite cool, actually. I quite like that. I did not know it did that. Grab. Board. Welcome on board. Don't quite know what happened there. Yeah, welcome on board. Awesome. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go down to the moon, don't we? So let's set a target for the moon. And let's figure out how to get there, shall we? Let's do... Oh, wow. Let's not do that. Let's... slow that down a little bit. We don't need to do that, and we actually want to slow down, so I don't want to be firing there. I want to be firing it. Oh, well, actually over here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, and bring that down a bit more, and I think we can get an encounter with the moon. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we have our encounter for the moon set up. Not sure what's going on with my camera that keeps zooming out like mad. That's interesting. What? Where do we get the? Oh, of course, from your EVA pack. So we need to fire off that way in 28 minutes. And then we'll head back to the moon. But that will have to wait until the next episode, I feel. So, yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.